All right, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate it for clicking on the video today. Today we're going to be talking about what happens when you hit max weapon prestige and max weapon level in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. But before we jump into the video, over 90% of you guys who watch the videos on the channel are not subscribed. So all I ask is if you enjoy the video at any point, if this provides any help or insight to you in any way about BO7, consider dropping a sub. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, but YouTube loves it when you throw it in there for their algorithm. So you know we got to put it in there. But guys, today we're going to be talking about, like I said, max weapon level, weapon prestige. This is a big thing coming back to the game. You know, we've seen prestige camos as recent as Modern Warfare 3 2023, but we never had like max weapon prestiges. We had weapon levels, but they didn't really feel like the traditional weapon levels. This feels like OG MW3 2011 in the weapon prestiges. So this game brought back, like I said, weapon prestiges and weapon levels. So I'll try to throw some clips on the screen for you guys. So as you guys can see, the M15 Mod O, obviously this is the gun that majority of the people have been using. I do have Arclight ARs, guys, so this isn't the only gun I've been using. I have almost 60 hours on the game, but as you can see, we have 3K limbs. We've hit max weapon level, max weapon prestige. So as you can see, you're gonna get the little circle with the max. You get this little asterisk, which I think it just shows your max, you know, weapon level, weapon prestige, everything like that. And if we go to gunsmith and over here to customize and then to camo, this is one of the things that you're gonna get prestige 1 camo, which is obviously prestiging your weapon level once. I forget what the M15 Mod O was. I believe it was like upwards of 50 or 60 weapon levels, but I had double XP on for most of my early weapons, double weapon XP, and it was going pretty fast. And even without it, I played for a few hours to just test it, and it wasn't too bad. Like, it didn't take as long as like we were kind of thinking it was when they were like, hey, there's 2 weapon prestiges and you can go all the way up to weapon level 250. Like, people were freaking out, like, how long is this gonna take? I'm gonna be honest, guys, yes, I've been playing a lot, but it didn't take too long in my opinion. So what I would recommend is if you're going for camos, don't prestige the weapon until maybe you have like your special challenges unlocked, because headshots are just going to be easier when you have, you know, your extended mag, recoil attachments, a sight, a barrel, all of that good stuff. And then some of the specials, like while moving, you can kind of progress through the weapon levels without like attachments when you're at level 1, because as you progress through these, you can kind of like unlock the attachments that you need. Certain guns you might want the, you know, max all the attachments for your special challenges, if that makes sense. But my only tip would be, don't prestige a weapon if you're going for camos. Wait until maybe you have like gold or arclight, whatever. But then again, do what you wish. But my experience is, once I've, you know, got the weapon, gold, arclight, whatever it may be, however far you are in your camo grind, then prestige a weapon, and then you can just, you know, go from there. But once you hit level 100, after you've prestiged your weapon twice, you get this cobalt circuit, which I believe these 3 camos are the same across the board. And then this max prestige camo is going to change with every gun. So every AR, every sub, every shotty, every marksman, every pistol is going to have a different max prestige camo. I haven't looked through all of them, but this one I don't really care for. But again, these 2 for the weapon level 150 and weapon level 200, they're pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. So I love how many camos you can just unlock for maxing out your gun, prestiging your gun, leveling up your gun. Like, I love the amount of camos and just things to unlock that they have in this game. So again, once you hit max prestige, you're gonna unlock this camo for the M15. Again, it's gonna be different for every different weapon in every single category. And there's one other thing you unlock, I believe. I think you get like this little accessory, you know, you get like your expert accessory. I don't really care for the accessories. It's not really something that's like too groundbreaking for me at least, but like I said, I do really enjoy that they've just added more stuff to grind. I believe there is probably a challenge for, you know, reaching maybe max prestige with all weapons, all base weapons, maybe max weapon level. Maybe there's like a calling card, a secret camo. I know they've announced a lot of like dark ops challenges. I haven't really seen a lot of people you know, talking about that. Yeah, obviously it's pretty early on. A lot of people are still going for the camos, just going for the prestige grind and everything, but other than that, I've really enjoyed the whole weapon leveling system. It seems like, at least from my experience so far, that the attachments are very good. Like, and what I mean by very good is there's a lot of different things you can do with your weapon. If you want a fast strafe moving speed weapon, you can do that. If you want a hip fire dedicated weapon, you can do that. If you want to stack gunfighter and make the best, you know, 8 attachment weapon, you can do that. And I didn't like, I think it was last year with Black Ops 6, how they had no negatives, like cons to attachments, because it just felt like you were using the same attachments for every single gun, no matter if it was a sub, sniper, AR, LMG. It's like it was the same attachments for every single weapon. At least from what I've experienced so far with, I've mainly been using ARs, subs, and then I finished the 2 LMGs. It seems like there's an attachment for each, you know, weapon category that's really going to excel it. And one other thing I also forgot about is the prestige attachment that you unlock. So each time you prestige a weapon, you get a dedicated prestige attachment. And as you can see for the M15 here, prestige attachment, FMJ ammo. So the pros is going to be no mini-map firing ping, damage range, inflicted flinch, and score streak damage and penetration, but you lose bullet velocity. So I haven't really found that there's too many broken prestige attachments. I think there's some for like shotties and snipers that I saw some people talking about, but at least for the weapons I've unlocked, I haven't really used the prestige attachment. I think it's a pretty cool thing that they're doing, but if there's any that you guys have found that it's like, hey, you need to get this right now, definitely let me know. And then I also believe when you prestige a weapon, you can permanently unlock an attachment. So I believe each time you prestige a weapon, you can like, let's say you want the monolithic suppressor, which is usually later, is a later unlock within the weapon. I think you can unlock those permanently. I haven't really been paying attention, guys. I can't lie to you. It feels like the past like 4 or 5 days have been an absolute time warp. But if you guys enjoyed the video at any point, if you have any questions, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'll try to answer the best that I can. Leave a like on the video. Like I said, drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.